Welcome. It is March 26, 2019. It's another beautiful day here in Franklin, Tennessee. We're excited to finally have some sunny spring weather. This morning we're working on a couple of upcoming projects where we're going to discuss how the health of your feet can cause problems like plantar fasciitis, heel spurs, and even issues like lower back and neck pain. Because oftentimes we don't realize how these things can be related. So I'm gonna get Justin, you guys can join me up front. I've got a lot of shoes laid out and talk about some lessons that I've learned the hard way. And so hopefully you can learn from them. And the segments that we're gonna do on about our feet, the health of our feet, how to support our feet, we're gonna link those with this video so you'll be able to click on the links and get some more great information that hopefully will provide some good support for you. So there's a lot of things about our shoes and our feet that we're never taught and we don't understand. And I call these things life supports. Our shoes can be life supports because we spend so much of our life on our feet, whether it be how we walk and travel to exercise. And so the wrong support or a support that's now unhealthy can really create a lot of problems. Now, I grew up as a student and as a basketball player, so I was either sitting at a desk or we always had brand new shoes to wear in sports. So it wasn't until I went into the working world and I started wearing hard sole wingtip shoes, but I was standing on concrete 12 to 16 hours a day. And then after about 6 or 8 months of practice, I started having some really significant problems in my lower back and my legs. I was getting varicose veins. Touching my legs were really sensitive. I was getting a lot of pressure in my lower back. And realizing that these issues weren't the problem, but they were the result of the problem, and the problem was me standing on concrete all day, I started to investigate, okay, how do I better support myself? Because I noticed as soon as I changed the types of shoes I was wearing, I felt better. I felt different. And so when we appreciate that, then we can also understand that there's a difference between date night shoes, certain shoes we may wear on special occasions, and all day shoes when we're going to be on our feet. We're going to be standing online on concrete floors at Costco or standing at ball games, or even how we work may require us to stand. So as I mentioned, when I first started, I wore hard sole shoes like these, okay? And I don't know if you can see the heel of that shoe there, but you can see how that shoe is worn down, okay? Now, I'll talk about this in one of our videos when we talk about orthotics and supports, but before I started wearing supports in my shoes, when my shoes broke down, it looked like you clipped the corner off of these shoes. Here's a pair here. Now, these aren't as bad as I see on some. I don't know if you can see that, but you'll see how the outside of this shoe is more compressed than this side, okay? That shoe's breaking down. The hard part with shoes is we judge them by how they look on top, and the health of them comes from the bottom. So what I did is I still wear a hard sole shoe like this on special occasions, going out to dinner, even to and from work. But when I get to work, then I move into something that's more supportive and designed for me being on my feet all day. Okay, these are by Echoes. I love Echoes. They're a great shoe. They're designed for people that are on their feet. Okay, and they make a lot of stylish designs. So that is one thing, and we'll talk about how you can understand when a shoe breaks down. The other things that we want to pay attention to is now we're starting to move into these warmer temperatures, warmer weather. These can be a major problem. Okay, we start to move into sandals and things that aren't supportive. Lots of times we're walking around town, we're around the pool, and they're an issue. They start to create problems in ways that we don't understand, especially when we look at not only is there not any support in these, but these, what we do have is even broken down, okay? So when we decide if a shoe is broken down, a couple of things, we want to look at the tread, okay? Look at the tread of this shoe here, see how it's bald, okay? There's no tread there. So if we look at our shoes like a tire, as that tire goes bald, okay, we know that tire's wearing out. The other thing is you push on the heel of that shoe or that sandal, and if you could feel this, I can feel my bottom finger underneath here. I should not be able to feel that. Or sometimes a shoe will be hard. There's no give to it. So if a shoe, like a tire, if it's bald and it's flat, it's time to change it. So these are something, especially Females in the summer, a lot of sandals, a lot of flip-flops that not only are they not healthy to begin with, but they'll break down. And there's some healthy options for you, and we'll have links for some resources to look at. Another thing with shoes, these are some examples of tennis shoes, and not all tennis shoes are created equal. This tennis shoe is great for a casual environment, okay? If you're gonna start running and exercising, especially with any intensity, this is not a good shoe for that, even though it looks like it. And a good way to measure that is if you can take that shoe and that sole rolls up like that, that's not a good supportive shoe. It's not that Nike's not a good supportive brand, but it's understanding the types of shoes you wear when. This is the same kind of Nike shoe, right? But look at the difference. This is a shoe that's designed for somebody that's gonna be using it for a more intense purpose. So all these types of understandings are real important. We're gonna break these down. We're gonna talk about how the arches of the feet work. We're gonna talk about how to get your arches tested and what that means. We're gonna talk about styles of shoes and where some good resources are to find the right types of shoes for you. We want to give you some information on how to better judge the breakdown of your shoes, so we hope that you'll join us. Like I said, the links for our programs are going to be below, so please check them out, and we'll hope they provide you some great information. Thanks for joining us. Joker in focus here. It's like, does your shoe do this? It's not a good shoe. There we go. It's a good